All right, adventurers, welcome on back. I have to ask, did anyone? Well, I guess we can get into that. But welcome back to Too Many Warlocks, a totally normal show, just like we do every week. Nothing strange going on tonight, except for a fantastic giveaway from our friends over at Hero Forge, who are sponsoring this show and have offered up a $100 gift card to one of our lucky viewers. So be sure that you're around at the halftime to get in on that. It is a wonderful opportunity to get lots of fantastic minis custom designed by you. We're going to go over live because I want to ask Puck there, just, did you notice anything strange about Lodge yesterday? I mean, he seemed just a bit off, right? Is that just me?
It seemed a little unusual, but I mean, I don't know. It could be nothing.
Okay, well, let's hope that it's all right. Maybe he's just getting back from a trip away, back into the rhythm of things. I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'm just glad to have him back. Really.
Yes.
I mean, it's such a relief, especially when I'm about to take off myself.
Right. Yes. Please make sure that you come back in one piece for us.
Oh, absolutely. Regularly scheduled program today. We had Mercenaries of Mischief yesterday. We got Too Many Warlocks today. Tune in for Poison Paradise tomorrow. And on Thursday, be sure to tune in for Avalon Society London Fall, presented by Dead Aussie Gamer. Takes place in the Malifaux universe with Through the Breach system, and features a star-studded cast, including Guy from How to Be a Great DM, and Marie from Orkenspalter TV, Till from London Fog, Janet from World Anvil, and Vegemite Dangerous, Anthony from Roll for Damage, and of course our Fate Master, Michael, the Dead Aussie Gamer. You can tune into all that. It's kind of like early morning, late at night, depending on your time zone, but you can check that out and get your replays on our YouTube and on our Twitch here. Also, we'll have more Hero Factory coming this week, and it is the Rolda. There we go.
Yep, you got there.
Rolda.
It is also the season 1 finale.
Hooray!
Of Hero Factory. Season 2 will be starting up on the 17th, so more fun things to come for you.
So, and for those of you designing Hero Forge minis, we did put out a video today with some tips on making them a little bit easier to paint, avoiding some of the complications that you can create for yourself when you make a thing like Rolda. Yeah. Anyways.
Also, I'm just realizing, sorry, I got my scheduling messed up and showed up to the wrong show, but it's fine. And we're just going to roll with it.
We got you. We took care of it.
That's cool. Everything's fine.
Sorry about that.
So, welcome to Too Many Warlocks. I, as always, am your benevolent Dungeon Master, Puck. And I am joined today by members of the Knights Council of Waterdeep. All of them in their own right. Well, I'll introduce them first. I'm all discombobulated. What a strange place this is. Starting with Guard Captain to the Knights Council, Miss Kithri Tealeaf, is joining us today. Also joining us, Honorary Siege Engine for the Lord's Council and the Knights Council, Redann, half giant barbarian. Also joining us, the Echo of Lore, Penn Wright. And last but not least, the Daughter of the Sea, Gilbetta, joining us as well. So, when last we left our heroes, it has been 2 years since the war with Blackwind and Zelos has ended. 2 years since Avalon Keep was destroyed. And 2 years since the remaining Avalon Knights formed the Knights Council to govern Waterdeep. In that time, Many loved ones have been lost, and life has changed substantially. But we begin today with Guard Captain Kithri and Redann. The two of you have been asked to make way through Waterdeep towards the Upper Downs. You've received words that a desperate attack from some ogres and a hill giant have breached the outer troll walls and have come way too close to the city. And it's been a while since Redann has got to hit anything really big. So, Kithri, you knew he would be excited for the task. You doubt it will be much more than the two of you that you can handle. As you walk through the city streets, the area around it has already been evacuated. And the guards make way for the two of you to go solve the issue. And you guys are walking towards there if you'd like to have any conversations with each other.
Well, Redann, you looking forward to bashing some things on the head?
I mean, no, but always. So let's just call that a yes.
Wow. Sometimes it's good to have things to get your feelings out in a healthy way.
That is exactly how I feel. How are you feeling today?
Oh, just going day to day, hoping that Penn's doing okay without me watching over him.
I'm also concerned about Penn. I miss him.
Yeah. Looking around, are there any, signs that it's not what we thought it was going to be?
No, seems pretty bog standard. The remaining town guards kind of give you a head bow as you guys pass. The kind of reverence that you've kind of gotten used to in this time, although it is still a little bit strange. As you come towards the outer gates, you can see three ogres, along with a large, familiar hill giant. You know that this is Boog. Most of Boog's hill giant tribe was destroyed in the war. Since then, he's kind of been bumming around, causing trouble for people. It seems that he's acquired the assistance of three ogres and feels like he can take on the city now.
Well, I mean, I guess we should try, diplomacy first.
Really?
At least that way, I can say, I tried.
Oh, okay. When things go bad, how do you want to do this?
Have each other's backs and, smash some ogre faces.
Buddy system, and I hold my hand down, going for a high five.
Oh, high five. Yep.
I gotcha.
Yep, that never seems to work, but we'll stick with it.
Hey, there's only two of us. It can't go wrong.
I would think that. All right. And I'm just going to call out to Bog. And just be like, Bog, by the authority of Waterdeep, I'm asking you to leave, giving you a chance.
Boog is the biggest. You gotta give me all your foods.
Ah, but our foods are not here. They are way far in the mountains. No food's here.
Boog already went through the mountains. Boog can smell your good foods. I got 3 big boys.
I unsheath both of my swords and rest them on my shoulders, and I just like call out, Boog, leave now, or I will eat your 3 big boys.
You can't eat them. They're real big.
E3.
I'm gonna pull out Duelist Companion. Like, are you sure you want to do this?
Boog could take you. Boog is strong. Boog got 3 strong boys.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like Boog is hiding behind these 3 boys. How about Boog shows that he's the real commander? You against the little one.
Boog, crush your little fire.
So Boog is scared.
Well, then it would be an easy thing to do.
All right, Boog fight you.
Oh,
And Boog goes forward.
I will step forward.
I got your back, don't worry.
Cool.
All right. So I guess we're gonna initiative against Boog.
I really hope I didn't throw Kithri to the fire.
It's like Kithri fight Boog. Yeah, all right. Oof. Okay, Kithri,
Rolled horribly, but somehow.
you still got the first move.
Aha! Okay, great. Sorry. So I'm gonna run up straight at him.
All right. Shimmering, flaming wings jet out of your back as you rush forward, seemingly carried on the air.
And I'm going to, as I'm running, I'm also going to pull out the Scimitar of Speed.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh dear. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
And I'm going to attack twice with Duelist Companion.
Okie dokie.
So there's the first one,
All right. That's a hit,
and
to say the least.
second one.
Those are both hits. Oh, sorry. I'm clicking them for damage. God damn.
Oh my god.
Um,
I'm just standing back laughing.
and I want to spend. Do I spend superiority dice, or is that to do a maneuver?
Well, you can spend a superiority dice once you've done an attack to
Oh,
do a
sorry.
maneuver. Yeah.
Sorry.
Or you can just spend it for damage.
Then with the scimitar, so I get 2 attacks with the scimitar. Sorry.
Yeah, you get 1 basic attack because you're dual wielding it, and then you get another one as a bonus action.
Cool. So, I will actually use that spend a superiority dice to do the trip action with this.
Okie dokie. All right. Make a strength saving throw. All right. Let's see what Boog can do for his strength saving throw. Because you definitely hit him. Boog stays upright as you cut into his legs to try and bring him to his knees.
Great. With the
But and he also takes another 21 slashing damage. You have 1 more attack left with the Scimitar of Speed.
haha, and I will strike him again and just yell out, "Kneel!"
And it hits.
I'm
And
having
you
so
deal
much fun.
Another 16 damage to Boog. So, what happens here is Kithri, you charge up, and it's just like spinning blade attacks one after another. You go for the legs, you can't bring him down, but he's got like cuts all over him now, oozing blood. Boog is unhappy.
Good.
Boog make you kneel. And he swings his club. Oh. 15 break your AC?
Nope.
All right, you easily dodge out of the way of that, and he swings again on the backswing. And misses again. Kithri, you're up.
This is going to be a flawless victory. Can I just get in here for a second?
I don't know. Do you want to?
I just want to take like 10 steps forward. Just close
All
the
right.
distance in case anything gets bad.
Okay, go ahead and roll initiative for me, too. Put yourself in the lineup. Okay. Oof. All right, Kithri, you got another round in you?
Yep. Oops. Sorry. I'll click on it to. Nope. Yeah, I'm gonna. Hey, just to spice things up, I'm gonna move to the other leg
All right.
and start.
You just
Slashing.
weave in between his legs, slashing and cutting.
So I'll use Duelist Companion, and I'll spend another superiority dice to try and trip him again.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that's a hit. For 15 damage. He still stubbornly refuses to fall.
All right, I will hit him again with Duelist Companion. Just be like,
No-
leave my city alone.
No doubt making you angrier. You hit him again. Oh, God. What's the damage? Sorry, I clicked it twice. Okay, well, that's another 16 damage as you carve him to pieces. He's still wobbling on his feet, clutching his club through bleeding eyes.
I'm.
You don't think he has another cut in him. How are you gonna finish this, Kithri?
Yeah. No. I'm gonna swing at him with the Scimitar of Speed.
All right.
And yell out, "I warned you!"
That is a tie to defender. He wobbles out of the way of that. You still got a bonus action cut.
As he's wobbling out of the way, try and like hit him with the backswing.
And you do. So you miss him with the first slice, but you like charge up his body and just put a cut ear to ear. And he falls back, the ground rumbling as he hits.
And I just imagine I turn and look at the ogres and just like, ah.
The ogres have never been so terrified of such a small creature. Because you just, a hill giant blend has been answered. And yes, it will blend. And run off. They all bail, run away, unless you guys stop them.
No, I'll let him run.
They can live.
Thanks for watching my back, buddy.
Didn't even need to. You could have took them all.
It's good to know you're there, though.
That was terrifying. I wish everyone could have seen that, could have saw that.
There are a number of frightened guards peeking from behind the wall at how Kithri just soloed a hill giant.
She'll just kind of like make eye contact with him. She's like, "That's why I'm captain of the guard."
Literally what I was thinking.
They quickly go back to work. A group of them run out to attempt to dispose of the hill giant corpse.
Well,
So,
back home. Or
yes. Today is an auspicious day for you guys. In addition to handling this in the morning, today is supposed to be the day the first stage of the plan is instituted, where the otherworld Avalon Knights are extracted and brought here. You're expected to get more information from Gilbetta about it later on, but currently she's just back at the castle with Penn. You wanted to take him with you, but she said she required him to prepare a holding facility for the other knights. So, what do you want to do with the rest of your time? You guys want to head back immediately?
What do you want to do? Do you want to go poke through the forest? Do you want to go probably spend a little bit of extra time with Penn?
I mean, I do feel a little nervous leaving him alone for a while. So, but you know, if there's like any shopping you need to do or anything.
I hate shopping.
Right. I forgot about that.
How are you feeling about the plan?
You know, it's interesting. Definitely wouldn't mind seeing some folks that I've lost. How are you feeling about it?
I still feel the same. It doesn't feel right. I won't stop it, but taking people from another world, killing every version of a person for something that one person did, it's not right.
I mean, I certainly think that applies to some folks, and I mean, but we're going and taking them out of their reality so that we can protect them.
But do we have that right? It's their reality. We're making them prisoners.
Well, in a way, we're making ourselves prisoners, so, you know. What did they do to deserve a happier life?
That their decisions through life. If we made the same decisions, we would have had that life. Again, it doesn't feel right. I think I want to stay.
Well, we need everybody, so, you know.
We need everybody until we don't.
Should, yeah. Yeah, I've got some questions for Gilbetta on that line.
Yeah, I miss her. Let's go back. Maybe we can spend some time with her too.
Yeah. All right. Back to the castle.
All right. So you guys head back to the castle. Meanwhile, back at the castle, walking through roomed hallways full of workers, the daughter of the sea, Gilbetta fucking Knot, carrying her ever-present trident, is using the expertise of the Echo of Lore to customize the holding cells for the other Avalon Knights to ensure that they're not able to escape. At least until they can be made to see that your way is better. you're free to walk around the cabin.
So that's what we're currently in process of.
Yeah, you're
building
going
this.
through, and you're like, I mean, let's start with Gilbetta.
Okay, so we're building Gilbetta's a Gilbetta proof.
Yep. What are the specifications you give your workers to properly hold you? And of course, Penn Wright is there for you if you need.
Yeah, he's got the information, right?
Yeah.
I guess Gilbetta would turn to him and say, she's what? How does she differ from what I can do?
I'm assuming I have access to this somehow. Have we done recon of the other us's?
You do. The information has been fed to you by MT 2.5 while he's been in the world.
Oh, okay. And what would what differences would I know, like, would be key? Like,
Well, you know that she still uses the Moonstone Punisher. She still has the Shield of Selûne. And you know that she's trained as a bard as well.
so,
For a few months that she spent with her fiance. Although you're not sure how much of that you should mention right now.
I don't know if I know not to mention it, but
Fair enough.
I'll just review those notes and I'll just be like, she's strong, she's rude, she seems to still follow Selûne, she has a hammer. Hammers are hard. Hammers could take out walls, so you're going to want to make sure to reinforce those, make sure they're very dense. You're going to want at least 2 stones linked with.
Yes, it's very specifically a Selûne hammer as well.
Why though? Why? I never will understand why clerics are so.
We found it in a temple of the Wailing Tomb.
Wailing Tomb. Oh, that reminds me of. Oh no. Yeah. Tomb. That's what these will be. Anyway. So yeah, we'll keep them in there. And
one of the tricks with Gilbetta is that if you take away our connection to Selûne, it puts us in a fragile state.
Okay. I feel like I knew that already. But you asked. So
You should.
Right. It's hard to remember what I know.
That's because you know everything,
Right.
whether
Why do
true
I-
or not.
Why do I know everything again?
For the 100th time, you absorbed the Grand Archivist.
I mean, that's the logical route forward. It only made sense at the time, honestly. And this is only the logical path forward for handling the other universe. So, I don't know why I have a problem with it.
You made the choice. We all made our choices that have brought us to where we are.
Right. So, continuing, this one specifically. She has the abilities of a bard now for some reason. It seems a little scattered for my taste, but apparently she decided to dip into those studies for some reason.
It's because she gets to spend time with her.
So, this one looks all up to snuff. We've already got enough anti-magic areas developed in here that none of the ones that can use magic will be able to do anything anyway. So it should be fine.
Gilbetta turns to some of the workers, and she says, make sure that wherever Gilbetta is, there are symbols of Shar all about the place. She won't like it, and it will have her off her game.
And they just all nod together. Yes, Lady fucking Nod.
Games. Oh, we should play a game sometime. We truly should. Did you know that oh, did you know that baked beans are not actually baked, they're stewed? If you want to play a game where we share information, I can tell you anything. Anything, just ask.
We're playing a game now.
I do like games.
Next up is Lilith Singer. How will you contain her?
Lilith.
I love this game.
Legit, this is the best day ever. This is like fucking Christmas. And I'm loving that Gilbetta's doing this.
So our Lilith has become the Princess of Avernus. Has the other been as successful?
Hardly. I would say that this one's a little bit more like my counterpart. Highly emotional, easily manipulated. Honestly, I don't see much of a threat there. Other than when the emotions reach critical mass, in which case they become quite devastating. I never will understand how these function. I only have about a third of those, so...
I don't agree with you that she may not be much of a threat, but she is not one to be underestimated. Because she has all the same potentials to do what the Queen has done here. You must keep that in mind at all times. She just made different choices.
I'm simply weighing the probabilities as they currently stand. Mathematically speaking, we are far ahead of them. In different ways, but you can't deny it.
Mathematically speaking, we've lost more. Which is why we are ahead. They haven't sacrificed nearly as much as we have.
Will this benefit us then? If loss has so far made us stronger, then I can't imagine how retaining those old things would... Oh, but I do want to see them all again. I want to see him.
I know. So Lilith.
Right. Lilith Singer, Bard.
The fire.
The fire.
The fire bard.
I mean, most of her abilities are sorry, I got in a loop again. Are all around the concept of fire and flames of the blade, much like Kithri Tea Leaf, but in a very different way. Oh, I hope Kithri's all right out there today. Oh, she's fine. Anyway,
I'm sure they will return to us shortly. They're very competent. You know this.
yeah.
So, fire and a bit of flight, I believe. Does she still, in that reality, have the boots?
Believe so. Sean, can I double check with you because I don't remember?
Yes, she does.
Then yes. But again,
I will be the voice in your head if you don't remember anything.
But yes, the only other thing she seems to maintain is a high ability for manipulation of other people.
Yes.
Making sure the guard is well changed out and well maintained, as well as...
See, this is also where she's different, because with Gilbetta, an image of Shar will throw her off her game. But if we reference Spoonie or those that she cares about, it will enrage her and only drive her to further succeed. That's what she does.
Yes. Again, there's an odd balance. There's a certain point past which these all... oh, Lord, the numbers. If you get her too riled up, then yes, but there is also a point past which she will break. She has an odd rejection for anything to do with chains. I believe that has to do with her upbringing and past.
So we either have to break her completely or not at all.
Are we trying to hurt them?
No. But we are trying to build something from which they cannot easily defeat.
Right. I guess that makes sense.
But hurting them, no, that is not part of the plan.
What if hurting them was better for them in the end? Does that mean ultimately we did something good?
That has not yet come to pass.
I'll have to think about this.
For
more.
now, the goal is just to keep them. So, this only part of this is would love to fight water with fire, but if Gilbetta manages to get to any water that surrounds Lilith, she would be empowered. That's why this team works so fucking well together, is that all of our powers, when brought together, can handle everything that's thrown at us.
What's left? Yeah.
So,
Anti-magic fields.
yes.
Same answer. If you really want to add to it, anti-magic field and shackles for moral debilitation.
Yes. Here's the next question. Anti-magic fields are beautiful,
Mm-hmm.
but they do have ghee. Ghee can dispel, ghee can counterspell.
I remember when he almost... Those
Perhaps
only work if
we stock him with drink and keep him distracted in other ways.
Maybe, but if you get him in an anti-magic field, it's those counterspell and dispel are still spells, which is really
you still
weird.
need to be able to cast them. You'd have to get outside the field to cast it.
So as long as we can actually get him, in fact, all of them at any point, many of them use magic items, which verify this for me, Sean. Magic items also don't work in magic fields, anti-magic fields, correct?
No, they don't. But in fact, you guys have been assured by MT 2.5 that when they're transported, their items will be removed.
Okay, that was going to be my next question.
Okay.
As if everything was being confiscated.
Will we have access to their items to look at them?
Yeah, they'll be placed in a storeroom.
What a wealth of knowledge. I can't imagine what another me will have in store. That book.
Yes. None of this will matter if we can't keep them there. So, anti-magic fields, symbols of Shar, few chains.
The ones that really throw you off are the Kobold and the Paladin. You don't know much about them.
Also, Redann is extremely strong in all iterations of himself.
Yes.
So
that
we need to
one,
make sure we safeguard for that.
That one proves a lot more difficult. Using variations of either alchemical or necrotic applications, you might be able to sap his strength.
Potentially. But yes, the little one and the new one. I don't know anything about them.
I have limited information due to the nature of how long they've been around. MT2. It was an MT2, is that what we said?
2.5.
MT 2.5. MT and a quarter. Get it. has only been able to give me information since they've arrived. One appears to be rather reckless. He's already lost an arm. So, that limits his abilities. And then the kobold, I don't understand how such a creature like this makes such a difference for them.
She seems almost comically weak.
What is she?
She is a cleric. She appears to... Do I know the nature of her connection with her gods? What do I know?
No, that was never revealed to the people gathering intelligence in the other world.
So I just know it's Kelemvor.
Yes.
All right. She appears to be a cleric of Kelemvor. She appears to... Do we know they traveled to other worlds? Like that she has that gun from somewhere else?
Yeah. You do know that they have a... she actually has a gun similar to what Darius has.
Oh, good.
Yeah, she appears to have items that do not appear to have originated from that universe. I'm not sure if it was from them traveling or from maybe they fell into the universe through a rift. That information has not been divined to me.
But she is
a cleric, like all clerics. Disconnect them from their god.
Particularly good at what she does.
She seems to have an odd amount of survivability for how clueless she appears to be. I don't fully understand the nature. I don't know if her god simply looks over her very intimately, and I don't know what ramifications that could have for us.
Who is her god?
Kelemvor.
Fucking of course. Why wouldn't it be? All right. Would I know, like, would this version know what the best way to combat a kobold Kelemvor cleric would be?
Well, I mean, you do know that there is a Kelemvor here. That deity still exists in your world.
Okay.
So, it's logically, this kobold may still be able to call upon its deity's powers in your world, just calling on the other deity. You haven't been able to secure any solid intelligence on how that will be disrupted. As far as enemies of Kelemvor, it's largely the undead.
Right. Okay. Well, because we have some smaller ones, we do need to make sure that wherever they are held, the little ones can't slip away.
Right. Weren't you going to put Richard down here?
Was I?
You had mentioned it in passing, I think, or maybe that was a different you.
I'm asking Puck.
You thought about it, but then you also considered it might be a good idea to bring him along.
Okay.
His moral compass could be useful to you at this time.
Yeah, that tracks. Yeah, so... yes, but... with what we're trying to do, he currently does me more good than harm. Also, some of them, I think, have some sort of teleportation things, so need to make sure that they can't see outside of where they are held. In the event that they do somehow get out of the anti-magic field, that they can't poof away.
Yes, again, the barbarian will be the primary issue here. He seems to have a lot of abilities that are not innately considered magic. It's quite interesting, really. It's somehow logged within the back parts of the mind. I have not fully been able to study this, but there are archives of it.
Yes.
It occurs
we'll
to you
get
that
into all
perhaps
of that.
for Redann and Kithri, you could ask them, since you have them on hand, how
Yeah.
hold their counterparts.
What about Lucas? The one-armed paladin.
One-armed Oathbreaker Paladin. He lost his arm in a reckless attack and apparently cost the lives of 400 innocents.
And she didn't kill him outright?
Alright, I know. Isn't that weird?
God, she's so fucking weak.
I don't fully understand why, but the interesting bit is not only did she keep him around, she continually seems to try to, like, I don't know. Is she trying to prove that, like, there's a redemption in there? He's trying, from what I've gathered, but I don't know how far he'll come. He seems to have obtained a sword similar to Kithri's in the sense that it can speak with him, but I'm not sure of the actual properties of the blade itself outside of that.
It's a good thing that we're coming to save them, because she in particular does not seem to have the authority or the mind to do what needs to be done in order to save her people. Otherwise, a brand new member of her party that had been with them a week would be dead if he incited something that cost the lives of 400 innocents. I don't know what the fuck she thinks she's doing. How does she get everything? How does she get sharp?
It's
She
all
got to keep
probability.
sharp, but she can't make a fucking intelligent decision to save her life.
It's all probability like anything else. And I snap and I use, there's an ability I have right now as this type of wizard, and I just make a coin appear and I just flip it. And I'm like, it's just like that. Anything happens. Everything happens. It just depends on where you are and at what time. That's why we're going to this one specifically, because they somehow managed to get it all right, even though they did so many things absolutely, well, I can't say wrong, can I?
You can indeed say wrong.
And your
They've made a
guys'
dog's breakfast of it.
Your discussion is interrupted from a humming in the heavily guarded cell in the back of this area. The daughter of the sea. Am I getting roommates? Zelos inquires from the back.
You're lucky to be alive.
Luck has nothing to do with it if you're a superior being.
He's not completely wrong. He's just mostly wrong.
Mostly wrong is still wrong, my dear Penn.
And that's absolutely right. Would you like a sticker? And I use the ability to get it. I just put a little sticker on her. Studies show that actually applying positive reinforcement does help with the learning process.
If you want, I could inform you on how I plan to secure you all myself. I'm sure my knowledge could be quite useful. Of course I'm not getting out of here. You'll likely just cut me into pieces again. That was rather fun, although extremely painful.
I'll cut you into pieces as many times as it takes.
Yes, all growl and bluster. I'm really quite fine, although I do wish you had spared him.
There's another one where we're going.
That one did hurt. Is there?
Oh, wait, is there? Or do we
No.
kill them all?
No, there's not.
We
You got rid
killed
of
them all.
Oh, sorry. I just decided to get your hopes up.
Oh, you are the cruelest of them all, Mr. Wright.
He knows too much all
I
at
know
once.
exactly what he is, and I can't tell you. Isn't that the crazy part? I know everything about him, but it's somehow locked away. It's crazy, isn't it?
Not even you could know everything about me, Echo of Lore.
All right.
Well, I do look forward to meeting the other versions of you.
Mm-hmm.
Regale them of all the tales of my exploits. But if you need my help, just let me know. I'll be in the back here, rotting.
Yes, please do.
It's only 99% likely that he will remain there.
As they
Gilbetta
say.
pats Penn on the head. Just-
And there's a
Yes.
moment of just like, and then there's just like, please do not patronize me.
You patronized yourself when you consumed him.
That wasn't my fault. It wasn't my choice. I didn't. It was the logical conclusion. It was all we could do. You know this as well.
And Gilbetta turns to the rest of the guard. I assume there are people down here that are still milling about working.
They're milling about and they're working. They're
And she
constructing
says-
things to your specifications.
Okay, and she says... She kind of gives basic descriptions of everyone again. I assume she's done it multiple times already. And she says, find the best way to contain them based upon what we know. If you have any questions, ask someone fucking else.
Are you sure I can be so helpful? If you just give me the chance.
Will it shut you up?
Maybe.
It won't.
You'll want to be careful in the new world. If I know me, the moment Owen's gone, I'll be coming for you.
He will.
I've defeated you once. I can do it again.
You missed that enthusiasm.
Here's something that you must remember. In their world, you already lost. You didn't get near as far as you did this time.
True,
That version of you is weaker than you are even now.
Or was he smarter? Did he take the right bet?
See, this is what I'm talking about. They are farther along than us. We are literally stronger than they are, but they have what we don't. We're literally going into their world to take what they have because we
Owen-
miss it.
Owen did tell me not to get in bed with the Shadow Lich. I guess he was right. He was right.
Yes.
He was always right, Owen.
He was, and I'm terribly sorry that that's why he had to go. He tipped the scales too much to your favor. So out with it.
Oh, what? Out with what?
You said you had something to say. You should say it.
Oh, well, I should say that if you cover their mouths and cover their eyes, none of them will be able to use their proper spells and abilities. A bit archaic, if you ask me, but they cannot speak, they cannot see, they cannot use their ability.
He's not wrong, but his rhyme scheme was a little weak.
Yes.
I didn't
I'm
come here
sure
to be
that
judged.
this bard Gilbetta could write a much better ditty.
Would she divide her abilities like that? It absolutely makes no sense. Why would you divide your studies? She would have gotten so much farther had she just been a cleric.
My studies are divided.
Yes, and that was a choice you made. We all make choices.
But my studies are divided in a way that doesn't consume me with songs.
Lady fucking not. Miss Guard Captain Tealeaf and Redann have returned from the outer walls.
Perfect. We can get some input from them.
Oh, do tell them I say hello.
Hmm.
I miss my talks with Redann.
Clearly, evolution does not distribute its gifts equally.
Well, you get chopped up a few dozen times. And tell me how you feel.
And Gilbetta, as she's walking out, she says, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
3-sided coins. It's all the same.
Yes, yes, Penn. 3-sided coins.
We're the third side. Or are we the second? Or are we the first? Oh God, now I have to think.
We are all sides of the coin, my dear, by the time this is over. Don't worry. It won't take them long to see that our way is better.
So, on your guys' way back to the Knight's Chamber to meet with Redann and Kithri, you go past some of your rooms. Penn, you go past your room and the door is open, and on a cradle there rests a tome. Its eye has been shut for 2 years now. Its page is blank.
I have it all. It's fine. We'll get it back.
Gilbetta kind of, like, she kind of looks at him with this, like, almost sadness. But it's quickly veiled over by whatever this other emotion is that she has all the time, which is emotionless.
There is another drown in the other world. With 2 of them, you could sink everything into the sea.
It's talking to you again, isn't it? I can always tell.
She is.
Tell
And
her
I
say
only
hi.
need the one to do what I must.
I'll see. You can't fight me forever. The tide always comes in.
Yes. And the tide is coming. The tide is me. And I will get her back.
Redann, Kithri, you've been hanging out patiently in the Knights Council chamber, a long table where you all discuss orders of business as Gilbetta arrives alongside Penn.
Are we going to the business table again?
Only for a bit.
Okay.
We won't linger.
And I'll sit down.
Go up to Penn and be like, "Hey, buddy, how you doing?"
Hi, Kithri. It's so good to see you again. Welcome back. How was your mission? Was it beneficial for everyone involved?
Not everyone involved, but beneficial for our side.
So you were successful.
Yes.
Perfect.
She was terrifyingly efficient.
Efficiency.
Did you get to have any fun, Redann?
I had the most fun by watching Kithri eviscerate an ogre. A half-giant.
Sent some ogres running, knowing what's waiting for them if they try and attack the city.
I dare say, Kithri, making you the captain of the guard might be the best decision I've ever made.
It actually was. And if we want to find the ogres, we can always just follow the trail of urine they left. It was hilarious.
How has preparation downstairs been going?
We've gotten a couple of things worked out. Would like some input on the other Kithri and Redann as far as how to best render them
Inert.
useless in an escaped attempt.
I stand by my initial ideas. Isolate Redann, put him in a stone chamber, no doors, no windows.
Does he not have stone abilities?
As long as we reinforce the walls, it should be fine.
Okay.
Yes, they all seem to be centered within himself. They don't appear to have anything that that affects external stones.
All right. I'm because you know yourself and mostly him. I'm definitely I take your considerations into heavy account in making these decisions.
If the room is ready, I can go in and try my best to escape.
Yes, when we're done here, that would actually be Wonderful. What about Kithri?
Well, take away her weapons and put her in a space that has no magic, and I don't really see how she can get out.
Yes. MT 2.5 has assured me that every precaution will be taken to secure their weapons.
Good.
So,
Are they being teleported directly inside? We don't carry them. It's instantaneous.
Yes.
Mhm.
yes. Thanks, Sean.
No problem.
I was like, I don't know.
That is true.
Is it a magic that does it?
Yes.
Yes. We have a powerful magic setup that will instantaneously transport them from one place to the other. So they will be within the cells before they know it, stripped of all their items,
Yes.
utterly alone.
We also hope to employ anti-magic fields.
Oh, we should have gotten an anti-magic sink at this point. They're so much more efficient and cover such a wider range, but then we'd have to worry about being there.
Yes.
Points, but sounds like the anti-magic field will.
Yes. And we will be taking some extra measures in the event that they somehow circumvent the anti-magic field.
We're still opposed to killing them, right?
Yes, we are opposed to that.
Okay.
Why, though? If we're taking their world from them, why?
Just for a time.
We want to show them that this is better. Now, Redann, I'll say, if you would like to dispose of the other version of Redann, then that can be discussed. But I have no interest in disposing of this Gilbetta, as weak and fragile as she may be.
I don't want to kill any of them, but when it comes to taking prisoners, I know how I would act, how I would behave, how I would attempt to escape and do anything possible to get back.
We're merely just keeping them in a safe spot until we can ensure that the world they go back to is going to be safe for them, that they can handle what comes next.
Sean, just a quick question here.
Sure.
This medallion of thought, when I use it, if the person succeeds, do they know?
Yes.
Okay. Can I insight check everyone on what they just said about how they plan to come back?
Absolutely.
So first one is for Kithri, second for Gilbetta.
You may play Dungeons and Dragons as much as you want.
So a 7 and a 13.
I don't know what's happening. What's happening?
He's insight checking you guys to see if you truly intend to return to your world at any point and continue this partnership between the two worlds, or if you are legitimately just looking to go there and stay.
Okay.
All right.
Well, okay.
Do you want us to?
Is this like based off of what we were saying? Because Gilbetta wasn't talking anything about that. Gilbetta was talking about not killing them.
Well, he's just trying to judge from your actions or reactions. I mean, he didn't get stellar rolls either, so it's like
Yeah, it's like roll a d20 and you probably pass.
Yeah.
Is this just a d20? Is this a insight percent?
I don't-
Go ahead and roll it with deception to see if.
Deception. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's not big numbers to hit. I'm sure you guys will be fine.
Yeah.
You weren't actively deceiving, anyways.
Yeah, I got an 8.
Well, we'll say you got the 7.
Oh, that's not fair. I specifically
He did say. He did say.
Okay.
The first one was.
All right. So, what would your body language and reactions have revealed to him? It can be nothing. It doesn't have to be something. But
I kind of know what's in my head, but I don't know how to She's not. You kind of get that she's not outright lying. But she is hesitant.
Yeah,
about.
imagine it would be like just that half blink, like just like a minor tell.
Yeah. Yeah, she's not outright lying. It's not that she never plans. She plans to never come back. Hesitant about remaining in this world, and you get the feeling that it's conditional, which is all I can say without going into details that you wouldn't be able to discern from.
I appreciate that so very much.
Ooh, these people are all fighty.
I have a question too.
Sure.
We, the Warlocks, did the exact ritual that Blackwind did when he absorbed things, correct?
Yes.
Which means we're all tethered to the void at the end of the day. At least in a way, right? Or no?
Not really. It seems like something's missing from that. You actually never got this void connection.
Interesting. Either way, alternatively, this is back to the group. Alternatively, I'm not really a fan of killing them either. It is one logical solution to get them out of the way. However, another solution is to absorb them. Because at the end of the day, then you're just adding more you back into yourself. Different, but the same at the end of the day.
I have no desire to absorb weakness.
Yes, the other me is very emotional.
I would have to... No.
But then we wouldn't be taking the world from them. We would actually be unifying the worlds. Anyone we went back to, it would not be as though we stole them or
But
any
then
such.
we'd leave one of the worlds without us.
Everything does end at a certain point. There is no escape from that. Honestly.
I'm aware of that.
What are your thoughts, Redann?
Same as before. It doesn't seem right. But I don't have a better option.
Right. Well, and please be reminded that this was brought to a vote, and this was the decision that was made.
Indeed.
I would just like to remind everyone.
Penn, could you make a wisdom save?
Wisdom save, ooh.
I'm finally not the one doing them.
Please do. Do. Boop. Oh, yes!
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, yes.
Penn, you are having a hardcore breakdown right now. You don't know where you are or what's going on. Your head is full of knowledge and questions, and you are incredibly sad that you cannot communicate with your patron.
How does this How does this manifest physically?
I don't know, he just snaps.
Okay.
Oh god, where is he? Hey, where is he? I can't hear him anymore. I don't know where he is. I don't know where I am. Where?
Whoa.
I'm up in an
Kithri's just gonna,
instant.
run up and kind of gently cup Penn's face and just be like, "Hey, buddy, you're here. It's us. Everything's okay."
I don't hear him anymore. I don't feel him anymore. I don't know.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
Why?
You can hear me.
Yeah, where's Guy? I don't know where Guy is. Is Guy still here?
He's just off doing something right now. But
he's in Avernus.
back, so,
I can remember. I can't remember. I don't.
Shit, this Gilbetta doesn't have any spells for this.
Okay, Penn. I sit down in front of him. I just kind of gently take his head and just Penn, look in my eyes. Breathe with me. Just slow. It's okay. We can do this. We've done it before. You'll get through it again.
Whoa, what are we doing?
Just relaxing. Relax. It's okay.
Okay.
Gilbetta will start reciting facts that she's heard Penn recite.
Well, actually, Kithri's been through this with him a couple different times. So, Kithri, usually when this happens, it's a good idea to take him to his room for a little bit of quiet time.
Yeah, I'll let kind of Redann get him a little, like, less hyperventilating. Be like, hey, why don't we go to your room? You've got some books that you were gonna show me.
Have books.
Yeah.
I like books.
Yeah, there was that one on uh uh Waterdeep that you found. You know, it's an interesting history book that we were gonna look over.
I do love Waterdeep. There were some interesting places before we flooded them.
Yeah, and you know, maybe there's more about my grandpa in there.
Oh, yes, I know so much about Aaron Tea Leaf. I could tell you so many stories. I can remember.
Kind of like link my arm in his and like guide
Yeah,
him
I'm just
into
teetering.
All right. So Kithri takes Penn away to his room. And we'll get back to them in just a moment because that leaves Redann and Gilbetta in the council chamber.
As soon as they're out of the room, Gilbetta turns and flings a sacred flame at the wall. Assuming it's like a concrete,
Oh, yeah.
She slings a sacred flame at the wall just out of frustration. And she just slings it. She says, "Fuck!" And she kind of like takes a deep breath and turns back around and she says, "This absorption was a choice. But what good does it do if it consistently hurts him?"
I wish I had an answer for that.
As do I.
His sacrifice made us all stronger, though.
Yes. Well, all of us made sacrifices that the others didn't have to make.
Indeed, I would love to sit down with my version and just talk and see how we're similar, how we're different.
Feels for the most part that up until about 2 years ago, everything was pretty much the same, but Kashano's plan, we didn't vote him down. And it caused an entirely different chain of events.
We made a choice. They made a choice. We both have to deal with the ramifications.
Yes.
How are you doing? I miss you.
I am... to put it in a word, resolved. I know what we must do. I think I know how we must do it. But, as with every choice we make, it's impossible to see what the ramifications will be.
What if you knew the ramifications would be dire, horrible?
For
what would
who?
you do? For everyone.
It would depend on the specifics.
That's fair. Any chance you want to go for a swim tonight?
A swim.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
We could leave the castle, leave the keep.
It's been 2 years since I swam.
It'd be nice to feel the water again. I'll never stop asking.
I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that for a second. But I'll swim when she's at my side. Until then, the desire doesn't strike me.
That's fair.
Meanwhile, Kithri escorts Penneth and Wright to his room. Please go ahead.
Oh, this book that, and I'll go and try and find the last book that I remember him looking over and be like, this one?
I think so. I can't remember.
It's
Okay.
on a shelf next to an old painting from the time that you all went to Candle Keep that Kat had done for the group. It's a picture of all the Warlocks team, the way they used to be.
Yeah. I'll start kind of reading and kind of reading out loud to Penn from the book, and then kind of waiting to see if that's starting to calm him down.
And it's like he's listening, but he's also just not there. And then in the middle, he'll just interrupt and be like, "Is Guy ever coming home? Is Guy coming back?
That's the plan.
He's been gone a little while now with Lilith and them, and he's been gone so long."
I know, but sometimes people don't come back, and we can do our best to make sure they come back, but someday Guy isn't going to come back, or you aren't going to come back.
That's the literal eventuality of it all. Everything
Yeah.
does come to an end.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I'm most afraid of if everyone else doesn't before I do. I don't know what to do. I'd like to pretend like this, and I'll gesture to the document I had that has like all the other team members from the other universe. I'd like to pretend that he's so different from me, but the fact is I absorbed the him that was here, so that part of me still exists. It's smaller, but I still feel those things. But it's like being spit in the face when I look at him and the way he exists, because it's all my weaknesses staring right back at me. I have those fears too, but I only get to experience them fleeting.
We made choices to do what we had to. And sometimes that's all you can do.
Right. Are we doing the right thing? Does the right thing matter anymore? I don't know what, like, logically speaking. It's so weird because I know all of, like, what people have written. Philosophers have waxed and waned on it for years, but no one ever actually figured it out. That's, like, the big question. And you'd think, and, like, he starts to get, like, his eyes get wide, and he's like, you'd think, right, that, like, I know everything, so I should know, but, like, I have more questions now than I ever had. And
Well, you don't know the future. You know a lot of stuff about the past and some stuff about the present. So you can't know everything because you can't know the future.
I can see the possibilities.
And I don't know, I'm a little on the fence if we're doing the right thing, but we're trying to protect these other versions of ourselves, and we're stronger than they are, and we're just gonna get them ready so they don't have to go through what we went through.
Right. It only makes sense. It's the only logical path forward. Of course. And he'll go back over to the bookshelf and just start like looking through the books, and you'll hear him very lightly. He'll be like, "Bodies in the wall, bodies in the wall. The lady of the water thinks I don't know about the bodies in the wall." Da, 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 da. And then I'm just still going. Then I pick one up and I sit down and plop down and start reading it.
That's a interesting song.
Hmm?
The bodies in the wall?
What are you talking about? I don't have any recollection of a song like that.
Oh, okay.
Is it?
Oh, my mix up.
Okay. Hey, did you know that pumpkins are actually berries? Like, technically speaking.
I did not know that. I just knew that they explode when you hit them with a mallet.
Ooh, new notes. I'll add that. And yeah, there's some semblance of peace reestablished, I think. Or what's left of that, I guess.
All right. Oh, go ahead.
Just ask Penn. You feeling up for heading back out and discussing more stuff with the group?
Yes, I do. I hate that table. It always brings out that one side of me, but it is more focused, so I guess that's more beneficial, except for when things like this happen.
Well,
Sorry again.
Maybe we can, have a pile of pillows that we all sit on and discuss stuff instead of the table.
Funny story about the invention of pillows, and I'd like to think we just walk off as I wax and
goes
wane.
on about pillows for like a half an hour. So while you all head back to the meeting hall from your business, a message comes through on all your sending stones from MT2.5. The Avalon Knights from the other world will be teleporting over soon, and it will be time to escalate to Phase 2. In addition, he has word that the ship bearing Darius, Guy, Lilith Singer, and Richard has departed from Baldur's Gate and is on its way. Please take care of any necessary business around the castle before time for transport. And we're going to take a break right there.
All right, adventurers, that means it's time for the giveaway that we're doing at break time. Nothing else to comment on. Totally a normal episode going on. So this giveaway is from our friends over at Hero Forge. And if you're not familiar with Hero Forge, it's an online website where you can build your own character into a miniature version that you can have printed or print at home. They have dozens of fantasy races, thousands of different items and hairstyles, and they put out new things all the time, so you should check it out if it changes. But if you wanted to get some of those miniatures, you're going to have to type a secret word into our chat. Now, this is only open to residents of the United States and Canada, excluding Quebec. Sorry, not our choice, just kind of a thing. Who are 18 years of age or older, so keep that in mind. But if you are eligible, and if you haven't already won one of these this month, come on, spread it around, or last month rather. What day is it? I'm starting to feel more like Marty all the time.
Time is an enigma.
But Puck, what secret word do we have for them today?
Oh, I think for this time we should choose drown.
All right.
D-R-O-W-N.
D-R-O-W-N, drown. Type that word on into the chat if you are amongst the eligible parties, and we will see you in 20 minutes with a winner.
Battle ensued for 3 full days.
All right, adventurers. Hope everyone's well rested, rolled all your hit dice. We're going to be doing that drawing again in just a moment after Puck's announcements. So be sure that if you've not done it yet, type the word drown into the chat, DROWN. No other characters necessary to get entered in for that $100 gift card. Again, available only to residents of the United States and Canada, excluding Quebec, who are 18 years of age or older. Puck, any announcements for today?
Oh, certainly. I'm a very lucky dungeon master in that I get to play with all these incredible creators that are content creators in their own right. And I'd like to take a moment here in the middle of the show to let them all talk about the things that they're doing. And I will now open it up to this floor, starting with Kithri.
Hey, my name's Dawn, and I make YouTube videos with my partner Ryan over at Roll4 Initiative on YouTube. We had our channel trailer playing during the break, but we make videos all about tabletop RPGs, board games, Warhammer, painting videos, kind of all of our different geeky hobbies. So you can head on over there and check out some cool videos. And tomorrow we have a video for anybody who's wargaming and trying to figure out ways to still wargame while you can't be in person. Ryan put out a video about how he's been playing a kill team game with somebody in another state.
Ooh,
I just hit my lamp.
exciting. Can't wait. Let's go with Penn. What do you got going on?
So I do stuff here, and as you always probably know, God, words are hard today. Other Penn's hard to do. Anyway, go check out our YouTube, Mercenaries of Mischief on YouTube. We have all our previous episodes backlogged. We have all of our guest episodes, all our one-shots. Everything's back there. Go check it out. We have our Hero Forge series that we've got going on right now. It's been a lot of fun. We've had a lot of guests come on, so go check all that out. And if you want to see more from me, it is June, which means whether I'm ready or not, I have to start releasing videos back on my YouTube channel, Noctum Sky. So go check me out there.
All right. And Gilbetta, Redann, do you have anything to?
Nope. Sky covered all the YouTube stuff, and that's pretty much. Tomorrow is the Rolda. Since she's come up so much tonight, it's Wednesday is the. I got it, Lenny, calm down. Wednesday is the Rolda episode of Hero Factory. Dropping that as the season 1 finale, and then season 2 will be picking up on the 17th with some fun new stuff. And then today we had a design video dropped about the posing. No.
Yeah, making painting easy on yourself.
Yes. Yes.
You might be surprised at somebody who is actually rather easy to paint.
Yeah.
A particular miniature that was complained about a lot before, but apparently unjustly.
Well,
easy to paint, but not so easy to print.
Not so easy to print, but apparently the two don't coincide. But go check out the video. It's very good. All right, let's see who our winner is this evening. Mergendor, congratulations. You can feel free to send a message to the Mad Maker in our Discord server, or just go ahead and send a whisper to our channel here, and we will get you your game code after the show. All right.
When last we left our heroes, they had received notification that the alternate reality Avalon Knights will soon be transported to their world, into the specially prepared holding cells. And it is time to make your preparations for the travel ahead. Who would like to go first?
I can go if you guys are still thinking about it.
Yeah,
All right.
Go for it.
Let's start with Redann.
I would like to swing by the kitchen, the winery area, somewhere with wine, and grab a glass and bring it down and have a talk with Mr. Zelos.
Okay. Guards are quick to step out of your way. You easily acquire the wine and the glass, and they all give you a wide berth.
Leave.
Without a word, the room is empty. That size commands such respect.
Or fear.
Yeah, a little bit of both, I guess. Although I understand you need both. I've used them intermittently in the past. One is occasionally more effective than the other.
I agree, but I'd rather have the respect.
Ah, well.
I extend a glass of wine to him.
Ah,
Sorry, it's been a while.
My pleasure. I did miss you. We have such good talks. He quickly drinks. So I understand I'll be having roommates soon.
Indeed.
Ooh, I cannot wait.
Can I trust that you'll give them all the information? Tell them what's going on, what's happened?
Oh, I will give them a full debrief, sir. I promise you. I wonder what the other me is like. Did he shave his beard?
I've often wondered what it would be like to sit down and converse with myself.
Oh, that's got to be a difficult experience.
I don't know. I'm still having concerns about this, but I don't have any other options.
Ah.
We're right, though. Something seems off.
Are you perhaps concerned that the daughter of the sea is sailing on stranger tides?
Indeed. We're right. It doesn't feel right.
She never was the same since she lost Sharp. I remember
Can
when
understand
she died.
that.
I, of course, wasn't at the front of the line, but I did see it. The look on her face. I remember it. When you see somebody break like that, when you see their heart removed in such an emotional way, it sticks with you.
Feel like that's the same face you give when you think of Owen.
Yes. Dear
What it's
Owen.
worth. Again, I'm sorry about that. It was not my choice. I fought it.
He should not have come for me. It was not... It was not the correct thing to do, but Owen always was the yin to my yang. I really should have listened to him more. You will have to be careful when you go.
You'll have to be careful when you stay.
I'm always careful. That's how I survive. Well, that and being completely indestructible. But you will have to watch out for the other me. He will be looking for you. He will not take losing Owen lightly.
I know. I don't know that any of them will take losing people lightly.
No, you certainly did get quite wild up. The robbery you did on my warehouse was masterful. You wouldn't have stood a chance without it.
That was pretty nice.
Ah. How are those swords serving you?
They're efficient.
I acquired them many, many years ago, many centuries, as a pair of brothers wielded them. Although separately, they seemingly were not as strong as their armies fell to what I was commanding at the time.
Oh, again, when we come back, if you ever escape, if you ever leave, if you're ever allowed to leave, they're yours.
Oh, no, they're all yours now. I'm not certain the Knights Council will ever let me leave after the things I've done, and perhaps I don't deserve to.
Do you believe that?
A little bit. Whether I was right or I was wrong, I was defeated. And can I truly call myself the superior being if I was cut down and placed in this cage?
If I let you go, what would you do?
I don't know. Time is different for me. Eventually you will all perish. And I'll still be here. One way or another, I will eventually leave this cage. It's not even the first time I've been locked up this long. But it is the first time I've been executed with such vigor and enthusiasm.
I hope when you get out of this cage, we can still have our talks.
I hope so too.
Is there anything I can get you? We're leaving soon.
No, I think I shall be quite all right. Redann, I will miss you when you perish. I hope that is a comfort.
It's a comfort, but you could always tell me your secret.
No, I don't think I will just yet. I like to keep it. Can't have more me's running around. Imagine how disastrous that would be.
An eternal friendship.
An eternal friendship. Thank you for the wine.
I reach through the bars and try to shake his hand. It's been a pleasure.
And he shakes your hand back.
And if you'll allow me, I would like to walk to where Lilith's cell will be.
Okay.
And leave a bottle of wine. But I would like to slip a note inside of that bottle of wine.
100% you may. No guard would dare come into your private time with Zelos.
Okay. Well, I'm just more asking you specifically as a DM, and I'll give you. I'll send you a note later.
Redann, you could play Dungeons and Dragons as much as you want.
Okay, I'm leaving a bottle of wine in Lilith's chamber, or in her cell, and covering it as best I can.
Very well.
Okay, and I'll send you a note later.
Okay. Who's next? Anyone?
Gilbetta, she only has to do she needs to do 2 things before she's ready to leave.
Okie dokie.
One is either going down there or inquiring and making sure that the preparations are ready.
Excellent.
And that's, we can just gloss over that. She just wants to make sure that everything is ready to go for when they arrive.
And then what's the second thing you want to do?
The second thing is she's going to her room. And she walks into her room and locks the door behind her. And she goes over to, there's a wall that is, there's a picture of an ornate, painted, very nice picture of Sharp and one of Kashano. And she goes up to the one of Kashano, and she takes it down and just sits it on the ground, and behind it there's a little height, like a safe in the wall behind it. And she opens the safe, and she pulls out an engagement ring and slips it on her finger. And she closes it and hangs the painting of Kashano back up. And then she goes up to the picture of Sharp, and she just kind of stands in front of it and puts her hand on it. And she says, "Soon, my love."
You remember the day back at the keep during your last stand. Kashano the Quick had already perished. His plan to infiltrate Zelos and Blackwind and take them down from the inside had failed. And the armies were encircling you. You begged her to stay with you. but in the end, it was the only way that you could all escape. You still remember seeing her cutting down the mechanical undead monstrosities as they float over, until eventually they overtook her.
She kind of lets the memory wash over her. And she takes both paintings and she takes the Kashana one first and flips it over so that it's hanging backwards with the painting facing toward the wall. And then she looks at the sharp one and she says, "None of that matters anymore. It's far too late." And she takes that one and she flips it over so that both paintings are no longer facing outward. They're facing in.
All right.
And then she walks out. And as she walks out of the room, she slips the ring back into her pocket.
Very well.
And locks the door behind her.
Who else? Kithri, any business to take care of before?
Yeah, I will. Write a note to. Oh shoot. I want to write a letter to leave in my room that's addressed to Guy, and
Right.
on the outside it says, if something happens to me. And then
All
I
right.
want to go find Penn.
Certainly. I imagine you find Penn in his room.
Hey, do you have a sec?
Yes, he turns around. He was starting, or when you came in, he was near that pedestal where that book was, or is. Sure. What question do you have?
I just wanted to make sure if as we're moving forward that you're sticking near me, and maybe keep an eye on Gilbetta.
I'm not the only one who's fractured. Yes, of course. I'll keep an eye on all of us. Someone has to.
So, and it's gonna be a little weird going to a different place that people are gonna recognize us. So, yeah.
Just one more time, and then we'll come back home, and everything will be better. We'll get closure or whatever we need.
Yeah. Yep. We'll come back.
Yeah. And I'll just kind of do you mind if I just say, my goodbyes to the room and the books and such?
Oh yeah, I'll let you do your own thing, but just wanted to make sure we were on the same page. So
Yes, just don't leave me, and I'll do the same.
I got your back,
But he says, yeah.
and I'll leave Penn to do his own thing.
All right. Penn, what are you up to, buddy?
Once she kind of leaves and I know she's gone, I'll turn back around to my book, my tome, with the eye closed, and I'll just flip it open and flip through all the empty pages, just kind of remembering. Just one more question. Just one more question. And then I will walk over to the corner where there's like what looks to be a coat rack. And there's a poncho hanging on it, an old one, and I'll toss it off and throw it on the bed, and I pull out the center of it, and it is a staff of power. And I will hold that, and I will be like, okay, here we go. And then I will put that on my back, and right before I leave, there's like a slight hesitation.
Mm-hmm.
And I will. There's no particular one. I'm not even going to bother in Roll20. Who needs that? There's no particular one, but I just summon Greater Demon. Doesn't matter who. Doesn't matter what. I don't care. And when it gets there, I will hand it a book on necromancy, just some random one off my shelf, and I will be like, take this to room 13 in the basement and toss it inside. That is all. Then disappear. I do not want to see you again. And I will leave.
Yes, Lord Right.
That's Archivist Right.
Archivist Right. My apologies. And I like to think that you like intermittently tell people to call you Lord Right or Archivist Right or just Penn, depending on how you're feeling at the time.
Love it. It's Lord Grand Penathan Right, the Archivist.
The third.
And yeah, that's all for me. I'll start headed down the hallway with all that in tow.
All right. So, Elarana sends you ascending, Kithri.
Who?
Halbin's wife.
Ah. Oh dear.
Tee-hee. It just says, we've asked all over the city. Everyone's too afraid to talk about it. They say that your guards took him away.
Okay. I'm gonna go find. Do I know where we've been taking folks?
Absolutely. There is a chamber set up to perform the entanglement that links people to all other alternate versions of themselves before execution.
I'm gonna head there.
Absolutely.
And when I get there, assuming there's like nobody in there, I'll just look around for signs he was there.
Give me an investigation check. Ooh. Alternate reality, Kithri's got the skills. You pour over the execution chamber, just checking it over to see what you can find. The most recent execution that was carried out here was Degrella Bone River. Her belongings are bundled up to the side. You do notice that in one of the bins where they put the trash, there is a burnt piece of paper, and it just says Leaf. It's a corner.
I'll take that out and tuck that in my pocket.
All right.
go back to my room and think over stuff.
All right.
I really want to imagine in the back of your mind you hear my little song I was singing.
Oh, I love this game. So you go back to your room and think about that for a bit. And does anyone else have any other business they want to take care of before they're transported over? No?
Gilbetta's so ready.
All right. So, eventually, the preparations are made. And as the Mercenaries of Mischief are transferred to your world, you all move into theirs, into the Mage Tower, a place you have not been for so long. But back in your world, the Avalon Knights, Mercenaries of Mischief, and too many Warlocks are placed in their specially designed rooms, finding whatever gifts are left behind and chatting with Zelos. As you all get to work in their world, the rest of them will be arriving shortly. You'll be prepared for them. You just got to wait on Guy, Lilith, Richard, and Darius. And then you can get right to work preparing this world to make sure that this keep doesn't get destroyed. To make sure that these people don't have to live through what you guys lived through. And to get to see all of the loved ones that you lost. Kashano. Kashano the Quick. It's another beautiful morning in your island paradise. As the rewards of your various business ventures roll in, your loyal servants, Thessel, comes to your side, pours you a bit of your favorite drink. This is, how will you be taking the fine horses today? Can't hear you. Can't hear a word you say.
You're so muted.
You're super muted. I don't think you can hear us either.
We can't hear you at all.
Oh, I can't hear you either, man.
I can read his lips. I loved Penn all along. I miss him so dearly.
It's fine. It's fine. We'll do it this way.
Okay, there we go.
I'll just have to. There might be a bit of delay, but it'll be fine.
That's fine.
Yes, but that's the fine horses, of course. I was just finishing up the story though, so ready then, please. Anyways, so we just fucking left him there. We just left him in the jail. We said we didn't even know him. I thought for sure he was going to come after us, but he never did. It turns out he wasn't as vengeful as I thought. I underestimated him, you know.
Brilliant story, Mr. Quick.
Thank you.
Wonderful as always. Gets better every time we hear it.
I'm sure you can entertain yourselves while I'm gone, of course.
Of course, sir. Please enjoy your day.
Everyone. I enjoy everyone.
and you are free to go ride the fine horse across your island paradise. There's all your various servants are tending to the fields. It's another beautiful, idyllic day in this life that you've carved out for yourself. Each day more perfect than the last.
Didn't think heaven existed. Here we are.
Everything just always goes your way. And you haven't had a care in the world for as long as you can remember.
I miss them sometimes, but towards the end I underestimated them no longer. I know they're quite good. I probably do more thought dead than I ever did live.
And then, as you ride across these rocky cliffs, you look up into this beautiful sky. Cracks begin to form in the sky, and pieces begin to descend to the ground.
The fuck?
And we're gonna end right there.
No! No! You don't get the...
And that's how you keep them coming back.
Oh, no.
Good to be back, friends. It's good to be back.
Oh my god.
I told you all. I know everything.
The prestige.
I'm so upset. It's so happy.
I'm
That's-
glad you guys enjoyed this trip that we've been on. I can't wait to play with these characters some more. Thank you so much to my cast. Thank you so much to everybody for playing this game and doing such an incredible job with alternate reality versions of yourselves. I look forward to when I get back and we do a crossover episode where you guys break out of prison. Hopefully, we'll see.
If anyone feels like they have some pent-up questions, we're going to be doing a little chat over on Dipper Dog's channel, so stay tuned for that raid.
I may not answer some of them.
I have pinned up questions.
And Dipper, go ahead and get that ready so we can raid.
Absolutely. Please set that up. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to our viewers. Thank you to our sponsors. And thank you to all the people who donate and subscribe and hang out on the Patreon. Do check out all the stuff we've got going on in June. It's some really, really cool stuff going on. And you're going to want to check it out. And I absolutely did that stuff. And I am going to leave you on it for a month.
Unless you're watching from the future, and then this is just really convenient.
Yeah, and unless you're watching like this in August, in which case watch the next video. It's gonna be incredible.
You're contractually obligated to wait a month
to experience it to its fullest detail.
Thank you, Puck, for an amazing campaign so far.
Thank you.
I loved your guys' reactions on the reveal. I was so happy.
The fact that he was muted was the best thing, too. Oh my god, it was perfect.
I was trying to do this in such a way so that I didn't show up on the Zoom call, but we can talk about this in a minute.
Yeah. Oh, it was so good.
Good game, everybody.
I've got
All right,
nothing
well-
left.
Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be raiding over and chatting a bit.
Yeah, we're gonna go right over on Lilith's setup and do some talk.
Yay!
It looks like she's live now.
Oh,
We can still like sign off like normal.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah, right. We got to sign off.
you love y'all.
Sorry. All right, guys. Good night, everybody.
Stay tuned.
Thank you so much for joining us. And council dismissed.
Well, somebody once told me the world would soon roll me of tools in the shed. I am not the most sharp. She was looking quite dumb with her finger and thumb in the shape of a nail as she plucked on her harp. When the years start coming, they never stop coming. Fed to the wolves, I've hit the ground running. Didn't make sense not to live just for fun. Your brain gets smart while your head still gets dumb. So much to do, so much to see. So tell me what's wrong with taking back streets. For you'll never know if you don't go. You'll never shine if you don't glow. Hail friend, you're an all-star, get your game on and go play. Hail friend, you're a rock star, get the show on and get paid. When all that glitters is gold, only shooting stars break the mold. Somebody said, hey there, could you spare change for ship fare to get myself far from this place? Yes! Well, there's a concept, I should set sail myself, and I'm sure that we all here could sure use some change. When the years start coming, they never stop coming. Fed to the wolves, I've hit the ground running. Didn't make sense not to live just for fun. Your brain gets smart while your head still gets dumb. So much to do, so much to see. So tell me what's wrong with taking back streets. For you'll never know if you don't go. You'll never shine if you don't glow. Hail friend, you're an all-star, get your game on and go play. Hail friend, you're a rock star, get the show on and get paid. When all that glitters is gold, only shooting stars break the mold.